toilets, Jeff ducks into the bathroom. He grabs a towel rack and rips it off the wall. Troy and Keith race in, knives ready. Troy swings his knife at Jeff, who backs away and bangs the towel rack right off of Troy's face. Troy goes down, and all that is left is Keith. He is more agile than Troy, though, and ducks under Jeff and swings the towel rack. He dropped the knife and grabbed Jeff by the neck. He pushed him into the wall. A thing of bleach fell on top of him and on the top shelf. It burnt both of them, and they started to scream. Jeff wipes his eyes as best as he could. He pulled back the towel rack and swung it straight into Keith's head. As he lay there, bleeding to death, he let out an ominous smile. "What's so funny?" asked Jeff. Keith pulled out a lighter and switched it on. "What's funny is that you're covered in bleach and alcohol." Jeff's eyes widened as Keith threw the lighter at him. As soon as the flame made contact with him, the flame started to ignite the alcohol and the vodka. While the alcohol burnt him, the bleach burnt his skin. Jeff let out a terrible screech as he caught on fire. He tried to roll out the fire, but it was no use. The alcohol had made him a walking inferno. He ran down the hall and fell down the stairs. Everybody started screaming as they saw Jeff. Now a man on fire dropped to the ground, nearly dying. The last thing Jeff saw is his mother and other parents trying to extinguish the flame. That's when he passed out. When Jeff woke, he had a cast wrapped around his face. He couldn't see anything, but he felt a cast on his shoulder and stitches all over his body. He tried to stand up and realised there was some tube in his arm, and when he tried to get up, it fell out and a nurse rushed in. "I don't think you can get out of bed yet," she said as she put him back onto his bed and reinserted the tube. Jeff sat there with no vision, no idea what his surroundings were. Finally, after hours, he heard his mother. "Honey, are you okay?" she asked. Jeff couldn't answer though. His face was covered and he was unable to speak. "Oh, honey, I have great news. After all the witnesses told the police that Randy confessed of trying to attack you, they decided to let Lou go." This made Jeff almost bolt up, stopping halfway, remembering the tube came out of his arm. "He'll be out by tomorrow, and then you two will be able to be together again." Jeff's mother hugs Jeff and says her goodbyes. The next couple of weeks, there were those that Jeff visited by his family. Then the day where his bandages were about to be removed, his family were all there to see it. What? Oh, not again. We're all there to see it. The exit off again. I'll need to hold on. Wait a minute. Just give me a sec. This is doing my head in this. This is the part when it gets all these casts off. Alright, here we go. Alright, here we go. Alright. Jeff's mother bandage covering her face was almost removed. "Let's hope for the best," said the doctor. He quickly pulls the cloth, letting the rest fall from Jeff's face. Jeff's mother screams at the sight of his face. Lou and Jeff's dad stare, awestruck at his face. What happened to my face?" Jeff said. He rushed out of bed and ran to the bathroom. He looked in the mirror and saw the cause of distress. His face, it's horrible. His lips were burnt to a deep shade of red. His face was turned into a pure white colour, and his hair singed from brown to black. He slowly put his hand to his face. It sort of had a leathery feel to it now. He looked back to his family and looked back at the mirror. "Jeff," said Lou, "it's not that bad." "Not that bad?" said Jeff. "It's perfect." His family were equally surprised. Jeff started laughing uncontrollably as his parents noticed that his left eye and hand were twitching. Jeff, are you okay? Okay? I've never felt so happy. Look at me. This face goes perfectly with me. He couldn't stop laughing. He stroked his face, feeling it. Looking at the mirror, what caused this? Well, you may recall that when Jeff was fighting Randy, something in his mind, his sanity snapped. Now, he was left as a crazy killing machine. That is, his parents did not know. Doctor, said Jeff's mum, is my son, all right in the head? Oh yes, this behaviour is typical for patients who have taken large amounts of painkillers. If his behaviour doesn't change in a few weeks, bring him back here. We'll give him a psychological test. Oh, thank you, Doctor. Jeff's mum went over to Jeff. Jeff, sweetie, it's time to go. Jeff looks away from his mirror. His face formed into a crazy smile. Okay, Mummy. His mother looked him by the shoulder, and took him to get his clothes. This is what he came in, said the lady at the desk. Jeff's mum looked down to see the black dress pants and white hoodie her son wore. Now they were clean from blood and now stitched together. Jeff's mum led him into the room and made him to put his clothes on. Then they left, not knowing that their final day of life. Later that night, Jeff's mother woke to a sound coming from the bathroom. Hold on, Mum. Later that night, Jeff's mother woke to a sound coming from the bathroom. It sounded as if someone was crying. She slowly walked in to see what it was. When she looked to the bathroom, she saw a horrendous sight. Jeff had taken a knife and slowly carved a smile into his cheeks. Jeff, what are you doing? Asked his mother. Jeff looked over to his mother. I couldn't stop smiling, Mummy. It hurt after a while. Now I can smile forever. Jeff's mother noticed his eyes and wringed them black. Jeff, your eyes. His eyes were seemingly never closing. I couldn't see my face. I got tired and my eyes started to close. I burned out the eyelid so I can forever see myself, my new face. Jeff's mother slowly started to back away, seeing that her son was going insane. What's wrong, Mummy? Aren't I beautiful? Yes, son, she says. Yes, you are. Let me go and get Daddy so he can see your face. She ran into the room and shook Jeff's dad from his sleep. Honey, get the gun. She stopped as she saw Jeff in the doorway holding a knife. Mommy, you lied. That's the last thing they say as they hear Jeff rushes them with the knife, cutting both of them. His brother Lou woke up, startled by some noise. He didn't hear anything else, so he just shut his eyes and started to go back to sleep. As he was on the border of slumber, he got the strangest feeling that someone was watching him. He looked up before Jeff's hand covered his mouth. He slowly raised the knife, ready to plunge it into Lou. Lou thrashed here and there, trying to escape Jeff's grip. Shh, said Jeff. Just go to sleep.